Yes, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. I usually wouldn't talk in matters like this, but today I feel like I want to talk on this Harrison Gwamnishu issue that is going on all around Nigeria today. Unfortunately, Nigerians can take things out of proportion, and we forget that we are humans, and mostly when you have some past that are dark, it will always come back against you when you try to do anything good. So what am I trying to say today? Today, what's today's date? Today is the 6th of December 2025, and my name is Mr. Bright Owen Osagie. So we're going to talk about this issue of Harrison here. So this message, I want to call it the Negotiator. Why do I want to call it the Negotiator? I saw lately that Harrison's work shifted from being a fighter of some persons that we refer to as bandits, encroachers, people that are causing havoc in our society. A group of people have decided to they woke up one day and they decided they want to cause havoc. We know them, we know who they are, we know where they come from, like every other persons of Nigeria origin have pointed out that we know these people, we know where they live, we know they live in our bushes, and they attack people on our highways. Nigeria, for some certain reasons, has become so unsafe for people, for persons to even live in. So even the president of the United States of America is in the person of Donald Trump, woke up one day and said, no, this is just too much. So let us not divert too much. So when we talk about Harrison here, I see a fade. I see an episode of a negotiator. Okay, there could be a good negotiator, and there could be a bad negotiator. A man can have a good sense of a good intention of what he wants to do, what he wants to achieve in whatever he's doing. But let us not forget that Nigeria is also a place where things happen. So in this case, I see a man that is determined, a man that is among us. He rose up one day, he fed his people will be maimed and they will be killed without anybody taking action. So he took up action. He woke up and started taking action against this menace that is still threatening our society. Now, what happened? So many things has gone viral, so many negative things, which I don't know. I don't know what is true. I don't know what is wrong. But one thing that I could say in this whole scenario is that Harrison should not be frustrated. He should not be relegated. He should not be discouraged from doing his work. However, Harrison needs, in my opinion, Harrison needs to concentrate on one thing. If he wants to fight bandits, he must know that this is fighting banditry. But if he wants to employ the services of rescuing people, being a courier, a messenger between bandits and the government or the persons, families that has been kidnapped, then it's a different kind of job. These are two things. Fighting banditry is one thing, but going to negotiate ransom or paying bandits to rescue somebody, it's another thing. So I think we should not mix these two things together, because they fly on two parallel lines. That being said, now what I will say is that Harrison should not be detained. If he is detained or imprisoned, that will be a very bad thing in the process. I think it will result into a menace for the society. What should be done in the case of Harrison is he has to be given more training. He has to, if he wants to add negotiating, if he wants to be a negotiator, he has to get more training so that things are not messed up. You see, in Nigeria, like the way I understand Nigeria, I think Harrison has been doing so many of these fighting banditry, and at the time, probably he got involved with rescuing people, rescuing victims from the bandits. Imagine, look at this scenario in Nigeria, for example. You were able to rescue some persons from the kidnappers' den, and probably you were the ones that was negotiating with the kidnappers. The kidnappers have your number and they contact you for the ransom, and the ransom was given. Good. Probably now the kidnappers see you like, okay, you can be a good middleman between the victims and the money in it. Now they start using you. Probably one day, probably in this last case that is going around, that he took some money. I think it is presentation of case that is the problem with Harrison. Not really like it was a big issue that has happened. I think presentation of case, like for example, I think Harrison could have been sleeping, and these bandits, because they have his number somewhere, because he has done some of those negotiations before, they might have called him, they might have chosen like, okay, look, it is Harrison that we want to do this negotiation. Okay, you are imagine I'm sleeping in my bed in Nigeria. This is my job. Somebody just called my phone and say, look, bro, we've got business for you. As a Nigerian, every Nigerian, I tell you the truth, every Nigerian will ask, what kind of business is this again? Look, bro, we have some people in our custody. We are kidnappers. We have some people in our custody, but we want you to do this negotiation. Like it goes, they might have said, okay, we'll give you 5%. Probably he said, okay, no, I need 10%. Probably that was how the whole thing went. It doesn't have to do with the, it doesn't, this one